Bailey Zappe, NCAA record holder.
Here we
all
go.
time for yards in a season.
Undefeated
all
national
time.
champion.
Whoa, look at that. He's executing the offense. So, no, I'm not ready to go there. It's been very good. It's been solid. But come on, it's one game against the shitty Lions defense and a horrible management of the game by Dan Campbell.
I will say this, though.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick has had 2 opportunities this week
to
say that Mac Jones is the starter when healthy, and he hasn't. It happened again yesterday. And he doesn't answer the question. And why don't you just say Mac Jones is the starter when he's healthy? What's the harm in that, especially as it relates to your relationship with Mac Jones? And I say that because I continue to have reason to believe there's something going on between Mac Jones and the team right now. And I know it seems like it's not the kind of thing that happens with the Patriots. They're all programmed. They're all robots. Nobody ever pushes back against the system.
Right.
But I feel like something's going on there, and that may be the root cause of Belichick's reluctance to declare that Mac Jones is the starter when healthy. So I think the door is still open for Bailey Zappe just because there may be something that's askew between Jones and the Patriots.
Bailey Zappe may be the most unexpected story in 2022 in the NFL world. This is because nobody ever probably even heard of Zappe before Mac Jones got hurt. Is this due to the fact that he was a no-star quarterback coming out of high school, which he threw for 3,770 yards and 37 touchdowns while also running for 633 yards and rushing for 15 touchdowns as a senior in high school? Or is it due to the fact that he went to a school probably nobody would know named Houston Baptist that offered him his only scholarship once he got out of high school? When Zappe began his college career at Houston Baptist, which is a Division I FCS school where he started 9 games in his first year in 2017, passing for 1,548 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions while adding 2 touchdowns on the ground. Obviously, he was rough on the edges his first year, but his second year, he got it going. In his second season with the Huskies, Zappe completed 357 out of 560 passes for 3,811 yards and 35 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. He also threw for 1,833 yards and 15 touchdowns and 1 interception in his 4 games during the shortened 2020 campaign, which obviously was cut short because of Corona. This is exactly where this story begins. Houston Baptist lost their offensive coordinator, Zach Kittley, to Western Kentucky, which probably isn't a big deal in hindsight, but obviously this was the guy that was coaching Bailey Zappe. This obviously played a big role in Bailey's decision on where he would play football. Tennessee and Texas Tech were the other schools to offer Zappe, and some other schools slid in his Twitter DMs to see where his head at was about playing at college ball. Nevertheless, though, Bailey always had Western Kentucky at his top school to go to. Also, I'm sure with his top 2 wide receivers at Houston Baptist, Jared Stearns and Josh Stearns, joined Bailey into transferring to Western Kentucky, that he felt even better about his decision to become a Hilltopper. Nevertheless, the Hilltopper scored 40 points or more 9 times in 2021 and finished the season averaging 43.1 points per game. Only Ohio State was better in terms of that. Stearns entered the bowl game with 137 receptions, 39 more than any other FBS receiver, and Zappe had thrown for 5,545 yards, nearly 1,100 more than the number 2 QB, fellow air raid passer Will Rogers at Mississippi State, and 56 touchdowns, 4 shy of Joe Burrow's FBS record. During the season, the Hilltoppers started the season off 1-4, and their only win being against UT Martin. While most games Western Kentucky lost were not by a larger margin. Games against Army and Indiana, they lost by a combined 5 points. After their 1-4 spell, the Hilltoppers would go on to win 7 games straight after this. This would come to a halt when they played UTSA in the conference championship game and lost 41-49. After an 8-5 record, Bailey Zappe and the Hilltoppers would play in the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. Zappe would go off against Appalachian State. He would complete 33 out of 47 of his passes, and he would go for 442 yards and 6 touchdowns in the bowl game and lead Western Kentucky to a win in his final game as a Hilltopper. While even though coming off a buzzworthy season to say the least, Zappe was not highly wanted by most teams and would sit back from the buzz. This is something he's pretty much used to. Nobody really even would know where Zappe would go. This was until he was taken with the 137th pick in the 4th round by the New England Patriots. People proceeded to think he was just going to be the backup quarterback for Mac Jones. This was until Jones ended up getting hurt and Brian Hoyer ended up having a concussion in the Green Bay Packers game. Zappe would proceed to take over. Then he would duel it out with Aaron Rodgers for his first NFL game and take him to overtime, where he would eventually end up losing. And then he would turn around the next week and defeat the Detroit Lions 29-0. This whole situation makes me think back in 2001, a time where I wasn't even born yet, literally, to a guy named Tom Brady, who's been playing football longer than I've been alive, honestly. But if you're not familiar with that situation, anyways, there was this dude named Drew Bledsoe. And yeah, obviously you don't really remember him much because the guy that took his spot is now the GOAT in the NFL, Tom Brady. So will history repeat itself with this situation? I have no idea, guys, but that's what other videos are for. And if you want to check out any more of my videos, there's a video right here, me talking about a great quarterback that's having another great year right here. His name's Jalen Hurts. You should definitely watch that video. Anyways, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I hope y'all guys like this video. Tell me who I should do any videos of more, anything like that. And yeah, peace, guys.